Hey, what it do, what the business is.
It is another week in the books with the On Deck TV show. I am Spike Lou.
Man, holla at your boy Animal Brown, Animal_Brown if you're looking for me on socials.
Absolutely, man. And I am Spike Lou on those same social sites. Holla at your boy AB. How you feeling out there?
Man, feeling good, feeling great. Running, you know what I'm saying? Get my run on these weekends. I'm waiting on you to see you out there. You
Mm,
ain't out there yet. Where you at?
I've been slowly trying to get in shape to be able
Fair
to
enough.
actually hang with it. So next week, hold me to it. Next week I'm there. Slowly been getting my walk and mile jog on, so now I can graduate to it. Plus, it's 150 degrees outside.
It's hot
I
as
know it'd be hot in the motherfucker out there, nigga. I went to go hit some golf balls over the weekend, nigga. I almost melted. Sheesh.
That's why I go
God, it was
early.
hot.
I do
Yeah.
9 a.m., 8 a.m. if possible
Yeah.
for that reason right there.
On the belt line.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that.
Yep.
Cool a meal afterwards. Yeah, I definitely can do
Exactly.
that. Absolutely.
Eat some brunch
Yeah,
right after
facts.
that motherfucker.
Man, what?
Shit. But yeah, man, listen, we have an action-packed
Mm.
episode today, this week. Of
Yeah.
course, we're going to talk BET Awards. There's a lot going on with that. We'll talk the winners, losers, ups, downs, all that good shit. Your
Hmm.
boy Ludacris gave a free concert at a food hall. We're going to discuss that. The Symphony has a new rapper performer. We'll tell you who that's going to be and whether we're going to pull up to the show. But let's get straight to it, man. First things first, your man Rick Ross got into an altercation when him and his crew were in Vancouver at a festival when it looks like they left the stage playing Not Like Us. A troll move by Ross. He's been trolling Drake this whole time. We all know he had a diss record aimed at him, and he's been on social media. Fucking with him doing his Ross thing. And
Yeah.
a couple of cats there were confronting Ross about playing the song, told him to turn it off. Ross wasn't budging. Man, some guys, some white dude got shit started, teed off on Ross, and then it just went left from there.
The son of anarchy.
Yeah, my man from Sons of Anarchy fired on Ross.
Jack wasn't playing with him, whatever his name is.
And then it went from there. Ross DJ was involved. 50 Cent has had a field day. It's a lot going on. Drake even said
Hmm.
Happy Canada Day. He sent the post out which people are alluding is to this. Who knows? What did you think about the altercation with Ross in Canada?
You play dumb games, you win dumb prizes. Rick Ross was playing a very dumb game. We said this, AB, when the beat started. Like, what is Ross doing? It's funny, it's cool, you got time to do it, all right. But now you out in Canada and it ain't fun no more when some biker white dude got his fist in your jaw. And I can't even blame Ross. Like, I'm not gonna blame him for being there. That, of course, you got to be out, you got to move around, and you're not expecting this to happen. You don't think that Drake got the goons on deck like that. My faulting is with whoever Ross security guard is. And
He
I
was getting
seen Lil
worked too,
Duval
though.
nigga was getting worked. You fired, bro. Like, as soon as we get back wherever we going, you lost your job, big dog. I'll be a reference for you, but they see the clip, so I don't know who else gonna hire you. But nah, you losing your job. And I seen Lil Duval tweet this. He's like, man, them big football ass security guards, they cool when they trying to move you through a crowd, but you want them Jason Bourne stealth niggas when this is happening. Nigga that'll put a nigga in an arm lock or something. He think his shit gonna break off, and he ain't got nothing else going on but to leave you alone. So yeah, this was very surprising that Ross was in this situation. I don't even know what he was doing out there in that crowd. I don't know if they was just walking through or what, but
Yeah.
it seems like he was just in the wrong place at the wrong time and talked too much shit. And who knew that Drake had goons on deck, man? Who knew that in Toronto niggas wasn't gonna be good? I never
Vancouver.
expected this. Vancouver, excuse me, Canada
There
overall.
you go.
At Vancouver Hood, Warren G just put some shit out not too long ago about him getting G checked in Vancouver. I went to Vancouver before. I ain't seen the rough parts. I only seen like the downtown area shit. It was cool. I didn't get pressed like those guys did, but I'm not Warren G or Rick Ross, and I haven't dissed Drake. But with that being said, man, this is a letdown for Ross. Like, now, I don't. Ross can't be quiet now. Like, don't go hiding. Don't try to not say nothing. You've been funny about everything else.
He
Come on with
responded.
the funny. Oh, he already done said something. See, I missed that.
You know what? He responded.
Oh,
I ain't
okay,
say
what was the
he.
response?
It was him on the jet laughing.
Yeah, it ain't funny no more, huh? It ain't funny no more, huh? But nah, this is a disappointment that Ross was put himself even in this position. Stop playing around, bro.
I have several thoughts.
Okay.
First off, this is we talked about this when the beef first jumped off. And everybody was saying, man, it's Kendrick and Drake. Nobody has to worry about anything happening to anybody. That's all everybody kept saying, including you.
Facts.
And
Facts.
we know that no, Kendrick and Drake will never cross paths. They will never swing on it. No, the two acts, we ain't gonna worry about nothing with them. Period.
Facts.
It's never the artist though. Never. It's always, well, I mean, to some instances, but not to this caliber. Nobody's walking up on Kendrick. Nobody's walking up on Drake. Like,
Yes.
trust me.
Yeah.
It's always the other people. And in situations like this, when Ross has inserted himself in the beef, trolling in his 20,000 square foot mansion, yelling at a screen, like Tekashi used to do. Used to do the same shit.
You're gonna put the Tekashi sauce on him? That's nasty right there.
Hey, he was doing them same games, them same young nigga games right there. Now he does it, and he tries to go into Canada. He tries to troll and play the song. It's not even your song. You don't even know Kendrick like that. Ross and Kendrick got songs, dude. Have they got any money together? Why are you dick riding, dude?
Kendrick got a song with Gunplay. If that
that did a cereal joint. That shit was fire, though. Yeah, cartoons and cereal.
Yeah,
that was that shit. But Ross, this is what happens. Now your DJ your DJ had a backpack on. He wasn't prepared to fight. Then they got hard drives holding him back and shit, dude. Like he getting his ass whooped all because you wanted to troll and be funny. Just the security guard, I don't know what he don't know what day of the week it is or nothing right now. There was another dude that had to carry out.
Yeah.
Listen, dude. I don't know what it didn't look like he was in a crowd. It looked like he was kind of on the other side of maybe like the stage or something. Because I seen Barry.
Yeah, maybe backstage or something
maybe like
backstage.
That, so
this dude had access. Yeah.
This is the biggest mistake Ross made. I gotta shout out my man Bird because he the one put it like this. Ross was standing right there.
Yeah.
As if this can't happen to him.
That was my next point.
That's not that it won't happen. He was there like it can't happen, and there's a difference.
Yeah.
Nigga, you are an arm's reach away from motherfuckers that are in your grill very aggressively and deep. Who the fuck? He's still holding on to the double cup, dude. What are you doing? You really think you a fucking mafioso? But you're 3,000 miles away from the crib, dude. Like, what are you? Why are you playing it this tough? I don't understand. This is pointless. You're too old. You're too rich. You're too successful. You're too famous. What are you doing? Why are you barking with niggas that somehow got this close to you? Because they may got some type of access, or I don't know, but they were thick, and y'all niggas weren't prepared, bro. Your DJ getting worked. He ain't had nothing to do with none of this shit. This is what happens. Innocent niggas that ain't got nothing to do with it end up getting worked, and this nigga sneaks out the back and gets on the jet and laughs about it. That ain't it. This ain't it, bro.
You hit on one of my biggest takeaways too. Like, why on earth is a nigga this close to you? Like, there should be no reason. This not your car show, bro. This ain't some random show that you can throw a chunk of money in a white dude face and he's not gonna do anything. Like, you're outside. Like, you signed up to be outside for this event, whatever this was going on, and you outside. As soon as a nigga is getting that aggressive, I don't give a fuck who you think you is. Get on that back foot, my nigga, and get ready to take action or take off. Or one or the other. Two. Like, either get ready for the action or take off, but don't just stand there as if, oh, this nigga ain't gonna hit me. Yes, nigga, he's going to hit you. Nigga, and your man's gonna get hit and worked, and your man's is gonna get hit and worked. Now you looking crazy out here. So yeah, that was one of my takeaways first when I first cut the video on. Like you said, I'd be like, what is this nigga doing in Ross' face? Do he know him? Bro. Like, how could you even get, like, nigga, I'm not even famous and the nigga's not getting that close to me, bro. Like, no, we need to be arm's length away, bro. Like, there's no way you're gonna be talking aggressively to me, and I'm just like, oh, okay, let me see what happened here. But let's see how this plays out. I'm like, no, nigga, you crazy? Or you gotta smack the shit out of him first. If you're gonna be like that, just go ahead and smack the shit out of him and get the shit started. Take the lawsuit.
That's it.
So, yeah.
But and I will say this though, and I know we joking saying Drake goons and stuff because listen, let's be clear though. There are goons everywhere. I need people to understand this, dude. I know it's Canada, it's hockey, everybody's nice, motherfuckers' doors is unlocked on their homes and shit. That's what everybody think that. Bro, go to the you think Toronto ain't got hoods? You think Vancouver ain't got hoods? That's what we doing now. Hoods only exist in Compton and motherfucking Miami. That's it. Them the only two places.
Yeah.
Like, stop, dude. Like, we gotta stop. We get outside, catch a flight, and take a trip. And hoods there. Nigga, Dame Dash played like this over in London, nigga, and found out the hard way.
Damn, they got stabbed. He talked about it exactly.
Like, nigga,
there are hoods everywhere, bro. And if you from any place near the hood, you know that. So yeah, this is a big L for Ross. I know it's not the win or a loss section, but this is a big L for Ross.
And the response was trash, bro. The laughing off
no. It's not gonna fly today, buddy. That ain't gonna work. If I was 50, I'd stay on his ass too. Pause. I'd be trolling the shit out of that nigga, boy.
50 having a field day. Now, and then real quick, I hate the way that this has been covered in the blogs on Twitter and stuff, because the blogs and the Twitters are like Drake's OVO goons, XYZ. But see, the problem with that is I'm saying this from like a media source. This is coming from what's supposed to be reputable media sources. It makes it seem like he made the call or he don't do that's irresponsible. Because I'm telling you, even though nobody's getting close to Drake, but I'm saying it's not going to be him. It's going to be somebody affiliated with him. They're going to be in that Louis store in Miami, and motherfuckers then they're going to have fucking 10 Haitian niggas going to run up on him. It's going to be over with. It's like you can't do that. You as a media, you can't ignite shit like that and pour gas on it. It's irresponsible, and it just makes me think it's some 16-year-old white dude from Iowa that's running these motherfucking blog accounts, dude. And that shit gets on my fucking nerves. I can't stand it.
It's like the whole one of our era, the East Coast, West Coast, like war that the media called it.
Right.
And it like half them niggas didn't even know each other, know what they was beefing for, other than, oh, he from the West Coast, I'm from the East Coast.
Exactly.
So yeah, that is a good point. Very poor coverage of this. But it was funny. And they should lean more into the funny than anything, because we don't want this to get more serious than it could be. So
that's
prayers up for Ross, man. Prayers up for Ross. He should have did the little thing they do where they show his face and he ain't got no scratches on it. You know how niggas get in a fight, little rooms be going there, go to Instagram and show their face and shit and do the laugh. At least show your face. Did he show his face when he was laughing?
No.
Yeah, see, he probably got a fat eye. We probably won't see Ross for a minute.
That nigga got hit in his shit.
Yeah, he did. He can't play. I know that lady. What's that lady name with the big teeth? His baby mama.
She Tia.
I know she tan his ass up. I ain't even looked at none of her posts because she ain't on my feed, but I know she tan his ass up. Hey, man, I know it. Boy, that's hilarious. All right, AB. Last night was a big night for BET, man, their annual award show. Yeah. Recapping. We had Usher get a Lifetime Achievement Award, had Will Smith pop back out and show niggas. Killer Mike wins Album of the Year. Yeah. What'd you think about the BET Awards?
They were entertaining. Your girl, I ain't really Taraji hosting it was just something cool. She fucked up on a couple people's names. She missed.
Lee was hot about that,
bro. But how do you? Was she drunk? Like, is she like she might have been a little tipsy or something right there?
I think she just didn't know who he was.
Yeah, that.
I think it was just simple. Like, she don't know who dude is.
And then she was like, "Oh, well, Keith Lee, you kind of cute too. Holler at me, nigga. His wife right there. Like, man, don't put me in that spot. Dude.
Even more, that lets me know that she didn't know who he was.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, chill out. Yeah. But I will say what was interesting though, because the Usher tribute, I feel like they dropped the ball. They tried to get cute and have a mostly female-led tribute, which is, that's a flip on what normally is done.
Right.
And he's normally singing to the girls. I get the concept. And it was all people I fuck with. Marsha Ambrosius, fuck with her heavy. Coco Jones, fuck with her. Lotto, fuck with her. All these my people.
Yep.
Man, that shit wasn't it, though. That shit was some slaw. They dropped the ball. I think maybe Chloe sounded good. My boy Childish Gambino set it off. He did that situation. He killed that. That's on the Stone Mountain mixtape. If for anybody that remembers that, he did that on there. So I get why they got him. That was a nice touch. But the female-led Usher tribute, that wasn't nothing. Even my girl was like, man, what is this? Yeah. Like, even I'm like, pause, where the niggas at? This ain't nothing.
Yeah.
Like, they're butchering the classics, dude.
They owed him more than that. They owed him a lot more than that.
That's what I'm saying. Did you see? What the fuck?
Did you see, though, when Coco Jones came out and she was doing a little serenading and she was dancing on Buddy?
Yes, I did.
You see that?
Yes.
But did you see next, like he was walking down the line and Tyrese was right there? And Tyrese was like, nah, because his gal was right there. And she looked at him like, nigga, you bet not. It was so like when you watch the replay, watch it
I
back.
gotta rewatch that part.
Man, watch Tyrese's face. He's like, no, 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 don't do me and Coco John. Like, nigga, well, nobody finna dance on you. No way. You and your bitch can get out of here. But his girl was not going for it. She's like, nigga, I wish you would. I like Killer Mike's speech.
She gotta
Yeah,
let
you
me have
got
that.
come on, bro. Like, yeah, like it's Coco
Let
Jones.
me get that.
I love Coco Jones.
Yeah, so I said, now let me get that.
I ain't know she was like that.
It's all respectful.
Hey, listen to me. But yeah, overall, it was a good night. It was a BET Awards is coming around. Like I think they do their job. It's a good production. They need to step up the hip hop awards to maybe be better. Could have a little bit more categories as well. Like it really ain't based on the awards. It's just like a performance night, which I'm fine with if you're gonna have some dope performances. But all in all, it was a good night. It was a good night for Black people. I like how the Black excellence was in the building. Taraji, I didn't mind her. She's not that funny to me. She's more corny than funny, but I didn't mind her. And my takeaway, the big takeaway tonight for me was Killer Mike's speech. I really enjoyed the little 2 minutes.
I'm glad he said what he said.
Yeah, he said some good stuff about being Black, and the Black man got me in here. So that was dope. That was
voting local.
Yes, you know who your councilman is.
Yes,
know who your prosecutor is. Know all of these people. Don't mind the stumbling, bumbling white men on stage. You can barely fucking read their names anymore. It matters, but it don't.
Right.
So, yeah. Shout out to Big Jeff, man. Vote local.
I noticed that there were a lot of female performances. Like I can only think of the country dude who I don't even know who the fuck that is. Respectfully, I don't know who the fuck that is because I don't listen to country.
Yeah.
And Gunna came out, but he came out on Tyler and shit. But other than that, it was Glorilla, Meg. Let me be clear, I'm not complaining. Glorilla, Meg, Lotto, Tyler. It was all and Will Smith. Will Smith was the only other dude. It wasn't no Boss Man, D-Lo. It wasn't no Gunna solo shit. It wasn't no male performer. Obviously Drake, Kendrick, none of them clearly.
Yeah.
But I was like, what
that is interesting? Because I feel like it's still the stigma that people feel like they're too big. Pause for the BET Awards.
Not if Will Smith there. Because nobody we naming is bigger than Will Smith.
That is a very fair point. But Will Smith needed that though.
Did he?
Yeah.
Bad Boys just went crazy. No, he didn't.
I remember the last time he was out like this, he smacked the shit out of Chris Rock. Like white people.
Oh, he needed an award show.
Yeah, he needed an award show appearance to be outside in the presence of his people too. Like not another one of them a white award show, but I like that it was in at BET.
But his people, nobody Black really turned on Will Smith. Nobody was really like.
No, you're right. No, that's true.
Yeah,
he wasn't getting him out of here. So he came home. And
did he ever leave though?
Yeah. Will Smith was out of here.
He's done the BET Awards before. He hosted in 2005.
Really? That was 20 years ago, nigga.
Nigga, it's Will Smith. Hey man, you get Will Smith one time to hold some shit, dude. Like, let's be honest. Come on now.
I didn't even realize that he hosted in 2005. But who were some male names? Okay, Kendrick should have came. That should have been a must on it. Like, there's just no reason Not Like Us shouldn't have been performed at the end of that award show. That would have turned that motherfucker up. So yeah, he should have been there. I didn't like Taraji redoing it. That was whack.
That was corny, man. That was
whack as hell.
They got to stop. They got to stop while they're ahead before McDonald's do a you know what I'm saying? Before it get too commercial, but just that's gonna ruin it. I promise you. True. I seen a teacher doing it. I was like, okay. I was like, all right, let's relax, dude. I like a mom did it or something. I was like, bro.
I did a white lady to be rapping the words.
Now I seen a Black lady doing. She's like, I'm a mom, and I tell my kids.
Oh yeah. I saw that. I was like,
she
had kids.
That's cute. I promise it's cute.
I saw that.
I swear it's cute.
We'll
stop
that.
Though.
Yeah.
I will say this though, real quick. I like that T.I. another lady performance. T.I.'s daughter performed. I guess she got a group with another little girl. They need more kid shit in rap. Sexy Red performed too. It was a whole lot of women. They killing shit, but I just that stood out to me. Like, damn,
they go to what we say. The women are
now they cooking.
Yeah, that's the thing.
They're
I
cooking
didn't know T.I.'s youngest daughter, the latest one that he had. I didn't see that.
Eris, I think.
Really?
That's her name.
Oh, that's what he was talking about. He said that Tiny was pushing her group.
Yeah, it was
because I had the other group too, though.
The
The
OMG
other daughter,
girls.
OMG girls. Yeah, I remember that.
There is a
Get that,
wide
man.
open. We done said if people who have listened to this show will
Hmm.
know that we have said this ad nauseum for the last 13 years, 10 years, however the fuck long we've been doing this. There is a wide open lane for kids in rap to make a shit
Yes,
ton of money.
facts.
And I'm
Hey,
telling you, they keep that shit up, it's gonna pop. Watch.
T.I. slick Joe Jackson out here.
On the low.
He slick Joe Jackson, bro. He got
That's true.
Domani, then the oldest son do the country folk type shit.
Yeah.
I don't know what King do. Uh, but then he got the little girl, and
Trap
then the
shit.
other girl. Yeah, I don't know what King do. I
King do
get King sell dope. Allegedly. I don't know what King do out here, but hey man, he from the trenches though, so we give him that. What we got next?
Next up, man, keeping it West Coast, man, since we out here in LA for the BET Awards, TDE is one less member. The writing is on the wall. It was on the wall. We kind of felt that this was coming once they announced their 2024 No Limit release schedule. They were missing one artist, Reason, who dropped last year, but we saw no upcoming date for him for their big rollout for 2024. Looks like that was because he has ended his contract with TDE. He put a letter out on social media, said he is currently going independent to do his own thing. He has done several interviews talking about his plans and things of that nature. He said the split was amicable, but it has been brewing for about a year or so. This is a good move, bad move. Are you indifferent? What do you think about Reason leaving TDE? And what should his next move be? Independent or join another label?
This is a bad move. This is a bad move in the sense of he's a good artist. I appreciate his music. I like him, but some of the eyes that were on him because of TDE.
True.
Like he had that stigma about him. Oh, that's a TDE artist. Like they've seen success. They don't sign bullshit over there, other than other than you saying Isaiah Rashad. But
yeah,
TDE usually has the quality that you're looking for. And now Reason leaving this to go independent, he never really popped on TDE. No. And that they had the runway for you, my nigga. And he was making good music. So I don't know what could change from a career standpoint that he would be more successful than he is at TDE. It seemed like it was just because we talked about this on the show when he was beefing with I think it was either Top or Punch Son, and they had this whole back and forth.
Yeah,
so there's been turmoil there. But I mean, if I'm Reason, I gotta find a way to figure this out, man. I'm a West Coast artist. I just don't see him being as successful anywhere else, bro. This was it. This was handcrafted, delivered for you, and an artist like you and the music that you make. This is probably the biggest scale that he's going to be on. I hope I'm wrong because I do appreciate his music, but it's probably all like downhill from here.
I'll say this, man. This reminds
I'll look up his last album sales. Go ahead.
Yeah, do that, man, because I'm not sure what the numbers are. But I enjoyed both of the projects. I really enjoyed the last joint. The Porches, I thought that shit was fire,
man, that was
bro.
banging.
Like
that was banging.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I thought that shit was pretty dope. Him getting into a Musa let me know what time it was last year. Musa basically was like, bro, the old regime brought you in here. We the new regime. If it was up to me, you wouldn't even be here, essentially. And we, like I said it back then, we see this shit in sports all the time. My Pistons just hired a new GM. Guess what? Everybody that this nigga didn't bring in, you're on the clock. Go ahead. If you're the coach, go ahead and put your house up on Zillow and nigga start looking for more, start looking for another place to live because your time is probably up because he didn't bring you in. He's going to get all the people that he wanted in this motherfucker. And it's the same thing when you do turnover at a label. So Reason felt that. And he never really, well, I ain't going to speak for him. I ain't going to put words in his mouth, but it seemed like he never really felt the support.
Yeah.
I believe after listening to his interviews that he has a plan. He now has the freedom to release music whenever he wants to. That was the issue that he did say that was the issue he was having with TDE. If he did what I like what he did with putting this Porches together. He shows that he can put together a project, tell a story, have the merch to go with it, so he looks like he's got a little bit of not just the creative shit, but also a little bit of the business and kind of just that it factor you need when it comes to putting a full body of work together with the rollout and the whole nine. I think he has the ability to do that. Now, I'm not saying that he's going to go triple platinum out the gate, nigga, 300,000 first week. He wasn't doing that anyway.
Facts.
But I do believe that he may be able to reinvent himself similarly, but not to the same level as Freddie Gibbs when he left Jeezy shit.
Mm.
Freddie Gibbs was DOA on Jeezy's label. And I know that's not TDE. I get that.
Right.
But he left and reinvented himself because he linked up with producers. He linked up with Alchemist and did a tape. He linked up with Madlib and did 2 tapes. They're critically acclaimed. Next thing you know, he's Grammy nominated. He's reinvented himself in that lane of the coke rap over the soul samples. And now Griselda's out, and now more niggas kind of sound like that a little bit. He's kind of gotten back into his lane. Now he acting and shit. Like I think Reezy can have a similar, I don't think he's as talented as a rapper as Freddie Gibbs, but I think he can have a similar effect. You lock in, get cool with one of these producer niggas, man, get cool with Hit Boy, bro, and bang out like a little 12 piece. And then kind of bang out another one with a nigga over here. He's supposed to do something with one of the Dreamville niggas. Okay, cool. Do a little 10-piece collab with a Dreamville nigga. Like maybe that shit kind of fire, but and have a little rollout with it. Have a little activation with it. Have a meet and greet with it. Have a, you know what I'm saying? Like, and he said he had ideas. He said he wants to do a mixtape. He wants to do a mixtape and have over Jack Beats. And he wants the website to look like Dat Piff. And he wants to have it to where, but you got to go there and click it, and it's gonna take. You know what I'm saying? He's got ideas, is what I'm saying.
Where you hear this at?
He was interviewed. I watched 2 interviews, one on Bootleg Kev and one on.
Oh, okay, so he getting looks and shit.
Yeah, he getting looks. I forgot the second place he interviewed, but my point is he's got plans.
Good, man. That's good to hear. I hope that it works. I definitely hope that it works because I like Reason. I follow him on Twitter. I think he's pretty funny too. But yeah, if he has those plans like what you're saying, then I hope that works. Freddie Gibbs may be too high of a bar, too high of a bar, but if we get to see his personality speak Reason and he does do more stuff, he got to get active. All the stuff that you were just saying, yes, get active, start putting your face into place, even doing the acting and shit if he wants to do that, but he has to get active. It can't just be on Twitter and criticizing Top Dog. And I can't even find the album sales for Porches, so that's
not a good look.
Yeah, that speaks to how many that is. So like, you can literally Google Porches album sales Reason and everything else comes up but the album sales. So
that's not good. That's probably not good. So then therefore that tells us that it's not about the album sales then. Because if I wasn't selling crazy on TDE,
then I couldn't expect to do that. Don't know.
Then that means there was no big machine behind him, and it wasn't a whole bunch of people just listening just because I'm on TDE. So then, and theoretically, you could leave TDE and keep those same fans because I'm still going to listen, and you can do those same numbers independent and get more of the bag. And you can pull up down here, right here in Atlanta, where everybody do the little meet and greets and shit. And I'm gonna pull up and get my vinyl signed, and you can at least have more of an impact.
Would you go to a Reason show?
No, I'd go to a meet and greet though. If he did a vinyl signing like how Rhapsody did, I'd go to that.
Yeah, $30 tickets, you wouldn't go. You got to worry about a lot of people being there. You don't have to worry about that at all. So
that's so disrespectful.
I mean, hey,
I don't know. I think about that, but it'd be a sausage fest, man. I don't feel too many niggas in that motherfucker.
It definitely would be a sausage fest, 100%.
But who would have? But let's be honest though, who would have thunk that when Freddie Gibbs left CTE that he'd be Grammy nominated? That's all I'm saying. You got to remember, Freddie Gibbs was just a nigga on the label, bro. Like that people thought was talented.
Facts. He was just that could rap.
Yeah, that could rap. Yeah. But that's how many niggas credit.
I'm not a Freddie Gibbs fan, but we seen the work.
Yeah,
and he put out amazing projects too.
He did put out really strong projects.
Said, he hooked up with, was it Alchemist,
Madlib, that bandana.
He did some amazing shit. So yeah, the Reason got to get in that bag. If he wanted, we got to see it in these next couple months and years. So best of luck to Reason. AB, this was a heavy weekend for music. We had new Meg. Was this her debut album?
No.
This one considered her debut.
Good News is her debut album.
Oh, that was considered her debut album.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay, so we had new Megan, we had new Lupe, we had new Boldy James, we had new Lotto, we had new Don Tripp. Hell, even Killer Mike dropped a song.
True.
Wondering, AB, which project did you rock with the most?
I gave 2 of these spins. I listened to Boldy James, and I listened to Megan's project. And Megan's project was cool. I'll revisit it eventually. Boldy shit though, he did a tape with Conductor Williams. For those who don't know, that's the man behind Griselda's sound.
Beats banging.
That's what I'm saying. And if you're not
Oh my
familiar with Griselda
God.
Sound, he did the Scary Hours, the 6 songs that Drake re-released on For All the Dogs.
Mhm.
That was Conductor Williams as well.
Mhm.
So clearly we're related. Shout out to Conductor. That tape is banging. And Bodie James is
Banging.
one of the most consistent artists out right now.
Facts.
He puts out a tape 9, 10, 11 piece, man. That should be banging to me. I'm fucking with what he got going on. So I'm a fan of that. There are several joints on there I rock with. But I will say, Lotto's single that she put out, I was listening to it and it sounded a whole lot. And I saw this chatter online, but I heard it as soon as I listened to it.
Mhm.
It was a whole lot like The Boy. A lot. Even down to the little beat switch. To the flow of the little singing flow at the beginning, to the beat switch. It sounds like a Drake song. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. You can have a female Drake. That's not the worst thing in the world. But I like Lotto for her having her own sound and swag. So I don't want to feel like I'm listening to a Drake song the next 2 or 3 songs she put out. So I hope this is not a trend, but it was something I noticed. And if you listen to that first part, I'm not saying he was involved. I'm just saying she is influenced by him clearly on that joint. What you think? What you check out this weekend?
I cut that song, the Lotto song, off halfway through because it wasn't. That's not what I listened to Lotto for. I didn't want to hear her talking about some nigga. Like, I did not care.
Big
I listened to a couple of the Megan songs. She talking her shit on there.
Hey, she talking big shit.
I was like, hold on.
Yeah, she talking big shit.
The one that stuck out, like I skipped around because I know this is not for me, so I wanted to hear the Pimp C verse.
That didn't do nothing for me.
That didn't do anything for me.
Yeah.
Broke His Heart. Jesus Christ, she talking that shit on there. I almost ran that back a couple of times. God damn, Meg. Shit now. But yeah, it is what it is. If you like Meg, you're gonna fuck with that album. She stayed in her lane. She does what she does.
Song with Glorilla banging though.
Yes, the song with Glorilla is banging. Yeah, absolutely. I seen Lupe getting a lot of praise online for what he does. I don't listen to Lupe, but because I'm not into the lyrical miracle shit. But a lot of people are saying that album is really good and he's rapping his ass off. The Don Tripp project was a dual. Yeah, him and Piff was on there. Yeah. So that really didn't do much for me either. I skimmed through that. But that Bodie James, like you said, on them Conductor beats, like this shit is perfect for him. This is the lane you want him in. And like you said, he don't try to do the other shit. I stay in my lane. I do what Bodie James does, and that works for me. Similar to like what we were talking about with Reason just now. This is what Reason need to study niggas like Bodie James. That's what he needs to do. And that would be a nice lane for him because Bodie tore this down. Immediately saved this to my fucking iTunes. This is bang, and I fuck with Bodie, man. Fuck with him since Price of 10 China. So this is the one that stuck out the most to me. I loved it. If y'all like that type of music, go listen to it. Heavy soul samples and shit. And he on there ripping and talking that shit as he usually does. So that Bodie James, what's the name of it?
Across the Tracks.
Across the Tracks, yes.
Yeah.
Y'all go listen to that Across the Tracks. That shit was banging.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that. Reason needs to take notes from Bodie James.
Yes.
He needs to take notes from Larry June.
Yes.
He needs to take notes from Freddie Gibbs.
Facts.
Them the 3.
That's the blueprint.
That's the blueprint for you 100%. Right now, independent or whatever. If you maybe you sound like a little distribution, whatever. But I'm saying that's the 3. You need to study their moves, nigga. Listen to their interviews, nigga. DM them. I don't fucking know, whatever. He need to study them 3 though.
I just seen Larry June interviewed on $1 Million Worth of Game. That nigga, he was putting it on. Did you see the clip of that interview? Nigga interviewed on a yacht. Had the interview was on a yacht. Nigga had Joe Gotti said he had the parking lot furniture out there, the Ferraris and all the whips. And so I said, look at Larry June.
That's what I'm saying.
He doing this thing.
Take notes, Reason.
The music definitely fit the aesthetic. So y'all check out that.
I will give. We're reading the book on marketing and branding and all that shit. Larry June's branding, the way he markets, is all on point, dude. It's all in the same SKU. Yep. It's all in the same aesthetic. He got that shit down to a science right now.
It all fits.
And I hope some new shit is on the way.
Facts, 100%.
Next up, man, your favorite rapper of all time, Ludacris, had a show in Milwaukee. But it got canceled due to weather. So what did he do? He didn't want to leave Milwaukee without giving the fans a show somehow. He strutted his way into a food hall in Milwaukee with a boombox and
Oh
performed
my
for the
God.
crowd in the food hall for the free 99. Gave him a free show. Ludacris walking through. You could have walked up on him and stole on him like Ross if you wanted to. That's how close he was. What do you think about Luda giving a free concert in Milwaukee?
It's fitting. This is where he should be in his career, right? It's very fitting. I sent this clip to you when I seen it immediately with 1,000 laughing emojis. But don't nobody want to hear this shit, man. I'm in here trying to eat my food, man. You're here doing stomp and shit like that, man. Go ahead the fuck on somewhere,
Ooh,
man.
get out the way.
Yeah, talking about move, bitch, while I'm eating my chicken wings and shit, man. Go ahead on, bro. Nobody want to hear this. It's commendable. The show was canceled, so he goes and does something, that's going to make media headlines or going to get people talking on social media. But I can't even believe he got booked in Milwaukee. Milwaukee, a tough ass city, bro. Like, I don't even believe them niggas listen to Ludacris.
Oh,
So
wait
I
a
was
minute. It's hoods in
surprised.
Milwaukee? Oh, damn. I didn't know that.
Nigga,
I thought hoods were only in Compton.
Milwaukee is the hood. Like,
The whole city.
it ain't no good parts in Milwaukee, man. Shout out to my Milwaukee people, but damn,
For sure.
nigga, I went to Milwaukee, was super unimpressed. Nigga, the
This
whole
house is in
city was
Milwaukee
like
for like $1,000.
$1, nigga. You can buy a house in Milwaukee. I promise you can probably find a house in Milwaukee for $1 to $500. I promise you can. That's a tough city. So, I mean, they usually don't get shit like this. So I guess seeing Ludacris in a food hall was good for them. I wonder whose idea this was. If I was Ludacris, I would have been offended if a nigga had presented this to me. Like, you think nigga, I do Fast and the Furious movies, nigga. You think I'm gonna go with a boombox and perform in a fucking food hall? No. And I ain't got no music coming out.
He did, man. Listen, you sent me the clip, and just like true social media fashion, there was no context to the clip.
Yeah.
It was just Ludacris's giving free performances out in Milwaukee. That was it.
It looked like he got booked for a hamburger. Like, we'll give you a burger, nigga. You come in here perform.
Exactly. It looked like he got booked by nigga, 5 guys, and he was performing for fries, dude. That's how it looked.
Thanks.
Thank you, social media, for taking away any context as to what the hell is actually going on. I didn't learn later until after that he had a show that was canceled, but he just decided to do something on a whim, which is super cool because Ludacris is a big celebrity.
Is he?
Yeah, he's famous. He's pretty famous.
Star. He's a movie star.
He sold millions and millions. If I looked it up, he's sold at least 10 million records, dude. Like, come on, man. At least 10 million, probably 20.
20 years ago, though.
It doesn't matter.
That was 20 years ago. Easily 20 years
He's in
ago.
$1 billion movie franchise.
Yeah, that's why he's a movie star. He's
possibly.
But
this was cool, man. I like stuff like this because listen, if I'm in Milwaukee, I live in a $37 house. I ain't doing this.
It's cold in the summertime. This is a big deal to me.
Going to this food hall, we go to the food hall once a month. So it's cool that we got to see a celebrity, a nigga that we look on movie scenes, and he popped out in front of us. How often does that happen? So it was a cool moment. Everybody had their phones up. They were hyped. Nobody was pissed off, contrary to your belief. People were excited.
It was a nigga in there mad. It was a nigga in there mad. If I know Milwaukee niggas, I know it was a nigga in there like, this nigga doing it, man. It was definitely a nigga in there hate.
Where did he get a boombox from, though?
Where did he find that in 2024? That was another thing that stuck out from the clip for me. Like, how this nigga find a boombox?
That was crazy.
That's what made me think he got booked for it. Like, they gave him that as a prop.
That's true.
And payment. You had this radio we got in the back. You come through and perform, we'll give you this radio that we use when we making the food back here.
But this was smart, though. This was smart. I know a guy that does appearances. I know a guy that does speaking appearances, and whenever he goes to a city, he lines up other free plays to create more opportunities. This was a good idea. This was him going, the show didn't work. You have no footage. You have nothing. So it's like, let's find something to get my name out here so that I can get more bookings. Because this, believe it or not, stuff like this leads to more opportunities. Believe it or not. I know that sounds weird, but
because people gonna be talking about you. You're gonna be trending. You're talking about on social media. Somebody sees that. Oh, that's cool. Can he come here and do that?
Bingo.
100%. 100%. All right. Before we get into the wins and losses, a couple more. AB Ronnie, if you've been paying attention to the sports world over the weekend, the NBA draft happened last week. people were giving LeBron James shit about getting his son drafted by the Lakers as the 55th pick. People were screaming nepotism. I don't see a problem with it, but it leads us at On Deck here to ask, who are some of the best father-son rap duos, AB?
Number one is easy.
You gonna say Master P and Romeo?
And that's Birdman and Lil Wayne.
Oh. Master P and Romeo right there.
Romeo's some slaw, though. Romeo was some slaw.
Is Romeo a better rapper than Baby?
Okay, now he's a better rapper than Birdman. He's not a better rapper than Baby, though.
That's true. Okay, that's true. That's true. I give you that one.
He might be equal to Birdman, but Baby is washing him.
Niggas don't remember Baby.
Yeah, no, but seriously, it's probably Will Smith and Jaden Smith. Will Smith first of all, he has a classic. Summertime will be played from till 2074. That's a classic summertime anthem. And then Will Smith, again, minus the song he did at the award show, that shit was some slaw. But Will Smith got classic songs, man. Men in Black, Miami, it's fun, clean shit. And then his son Jaden was actually kind of dope though. Like he got a couple of joints. I listened to one of his albums one time. He stopped rapping. I don't know what the fuck he doing. He make water or some shit now. And I don't know, sells
trying to
deep
feed people and say, he like,
he whatever. He's a good kid. He's doing his thing. But I think he was talented. Even though he's kind of like one of them niggas you could tell like grew up listening to certain people, so they just kind of emulate him a little bit. They just put their little spin on it because they got money and can do that. Cool. I would say probably them two. Will Smith, Jaden Smith. Jaden Smith pretty dope.
I cannot remember these niggas' names. The ones that was on Love and Hip Hop, the New York niggas. I'm looking for it, and I'm really looking for Peter Guns and his son,
Corey Guns.
Peter and Corey Guns. I would say that's one of the first ones that came to mind for me, other than P and Romeo. It really ain't been a lot. It really has not.
You got E40 and Droopy. You got Ice Cube and his son.
O'Shea, I didn't even realize O'Shea Jackson rapped until you and I. I was looking up tough for this. So yeah, I would say Peter and Corey Guns. They probably from a talent standpoint are the best father-son duo. Or T.I. and Domani.
There you go.
Yeah, T.I. and Domani probably would be the one for me because I'm a big T.I. fan, and Domani has gotten a lot better.
Yeah, for sure.
Remember, if you haven't listened to him lately, he definitely in this J. Cole bag. Once he finds some more originality to add to being a skillful rapper now, he'll be able to do something with his career. But yeah, definitely T.I. and Domani for me. But,
I agree. I can't get with some of the I've never really heard like Eazy-E son, Lil Easy. I've never heard none of his stuff. I've never heard Lil Soldier Slim, but I know he's out here.
Yeah, he's out here.
Juvenile son rap. I ain't
here for none of that. Until they have a song that reaches me, I'm not going to look for them. Just because they dead. I listen to their dad. I'm
respectfully.
Not respectfully. Yeah, I'm just not doing that. So
next up, man. Shout out to Bronny though, man. I thought that shit was cool. I don't know what niggas hate.
Hey, man. That like people will find anything to hate on, bro.
Yeah, fake outrage, man.
I couldn't believe some of my favorite sports people too, like Bomani Jones was hating. I couldn't believe that, bro. Like, I don't. Let me be very clear. I do not care who roster spot Bronny takes. I care more about that LeBron was able to do this, and we talked about this on Is the Mic Still On? Check that out Wednesday when it comes out. Like, LeBron is a hell of a nigga, man. Like it has to be. They tried to float that story out about his school and nobody graduating in math since 2018, which was a nothing burger. If you go look at the statistics on it. But even looking at Rich Paul, like going from, we read the book, I met this nigga Bron in the airport and sold him some jerseys to arguably one of the most powerful agents in the game right now. And like being able to tell the team that I play for, hey man, draft my son. This is going to be epic. Like that, like Bron is that nigga, man. Like, I'm sorry. He ultimate GOAT status. I love this, nigga. I love this.
You gotta be a hater to the core.
Right. Man, listen to me.
To not fuck with this. Number one, real quick. I know it's not a sports podcast, but real quick, because this is a big story. Number one, getting drafted 55th does not guarantee you a roster spot anyway. Let's be clear. Nope. And if he hadn't got drafted, they could have just signed him anyway. This was ceremonious. This was, you know what I'm saying? This was big for the family. This was, bro, half the people in the second round won't even make the team, bro. So relax. He didn't take anybody's spot because you don't have a spot when you get drafted in the second round.
Facts,
Second
facts,
off,
facts.
nigga, y'all think he got the Lakers to do this because he has leverage, nigga. He chose to come to the Lakers. Do you know what the economy does to it? Well, you know what LeBron does to a team's economy, the city, when he goes there?
Mm-hmm.
He's doing LA a favor by when he went to LA. Let's be clear. I know it was LA, but they stunk. And LA is not the Lakers are not a team that can stink for more than 2 or 3 years before Jack Nicholson and motherfucking Denzel and all them niggas on the sideline. Like, hey, what the fuck is y'all
Facts.
doing now?
Making calls.
Y'all got 2-3 years to stink, nigga, max. And nigga, that shit ain't flying in Tinseltown. So
Facts.
LeBron signed with them. That's a favor because he can go anywhere when he wins. He can go
Facts.
anywhere, nigga. So like, stop making it seem like the team did him a favor. No, nigga, I'm LeBron James, nigga. I got leverage in this shit. Like, please believe that. Let's be very clear. And his dream has always been to play with his son. Pause. And so, who doesn't want to see a nigga live a
Wow,
dream, man? Y'all niggas is weird. Niggas is weird, bro.
bruh. In my book of life, the book that I live by, Spike Lee, this is what you do. If you're a generational talent like LeBron, anybody in my vicinity is now up their life 10 times. My homeboys that play high school basketball with me, that nigga got the media company, he hosts in the shop. Rich Paul, the nigga that I met, got the jerseys from, he's the top agent in the league. My son gets drafted after averaging 3 points. This is what you become successful for, bro.
Yeah, that's the what else? What's
Not
the
just
point,
so you,
man?
not just so you can be good, but nigga, my wife has a popular podcast. Like everybody eats, B. I love this shit. I love this shit.
Yeah, I thought the hate was weird. And Bomani, that's your man. You damn near
That
fainted
is,
when we
man.
saw him in Revolt. So I know it
That did
hurt.
not happen. That did not happen. But
You
that is
definitely
my
asked him
man's.
for an autograph,
I
picture.
took a picture with him. I definitely asked him for a picture. That's my guy. I fuck with both mine,
Yes,
man.
for autograph, tough. Next up.
That was wild asking a nigga
Next
for an
up.
autograph.
Following up on the story that we spoke last week, man, Fulio, the artist from Tallahassee that was killed his birthday weekend. His mom has plans on making a documentary. Said that she wants to tell the story the only way that she can. My question: do you look at this as a good or a bad move for moms to put out that documentary?
I'm in the middle on this, man. She can grieve however she wants to grieve, man. I don't want to take that away from her, man. Again, thoughts and prayers of her losing a son. I don't think that I would do it though. If I were a parent, I would just want this shit to go away. Especially with her, like she said that she had been telling him that this was going to happen.
Yeah,
She said that she pleaded with him to not do these disses and not to be in these beefs. And I guess she's telling that story, but it seems like that would be very hurtful if I were a mother or a father and my son had passed and I got to relive this shit and I know that I warned this nigga and the shit still happened. Like I would want to get, like she's not in the spotlight now, but she's putting herself in it.
yeah.
I want to be as far away from this shit as possible. I don't need y'all to know my story. I don't need y'all to further have any more information on my son than y'all already had. Like, I'm good. But that's me. That's how I would grieve. She has the right to do whatever she wants to. Me, I don't think it's a good idea. I won't be watching it because I barely knew who Fulio was. It was a tragic thing that happened to him. But again, we talked about it earlier. You played dumb games. You won dumb prizes. This was his in his case, this is what happened. But I'm good. I'm good off the documentary. I don't think it's a good move at all.
Here's the thing. Traditionally, I would say the same thing, but doing this in the name of hopefully this will affect the next person will see this and it doesn't happen to them because she had been telling him to stop doing the dissing on the dead and all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And if that's the case, then that story does need to be out. So then hopefully, you know how people will do like a speech and be like, if I could just get one person to listen, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, boom, 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 boom,
Yeah,
then my job is
yeah.
done. I look at this the same way, bro. Like, I don't know who's gonna watch this, if it's gonna be Fulio fans, Fulio ops, who knows? But if one person watching this motherfucker is like, all right, nigga don't want my mama making no documentary on me in this
Mm.
motherfucker. Like, let me chill out. Then this to me is worth it, then, bro. Like, cause it's crazy down there in Tallahassee. And it's crazy in a lot of places. As we've mentioned many times, there are goons everywhere. There's violence everywhere. There's poverty everywhere. And Tallahassee's getting hit pretty hard with it. And you just don't want to see any more
Jacksonville is where he
headlines
from.
like this, huh?
He died in Tallahassee, but he's from Jacksonville.
Excuse me, you're right. I'm
Jacksonville.
sorry. Jacksonville is getting hit heavy with it.
Mhm.
You don't want to see more stories like this. We don't need it's not the time to see stories like this every weekend, nigga, in different cities. We don't need to do that. And there's a lot of people dissing ops and stuff like that, and the probability is there. So if she could tell her story, man, and it change a couple of young niggas' minds from doing some wild shit, bro, then so be it.
Hopefully, that's very optimistic. You're not wrong there. But I would hate to see like this ignorant as them niggas is that he was beefing with. Like the nigga already then came out with the diss on Young and Ace about his death. So it just ignorant as those niggas is, man. I don't even want her being in the line of fire. But hey, like you said, if it can touch one person to change them, and best kudos to her
For sure.
if she can do that, man. Lastly, before we get to these wins and these losses, AB, we talked about new music earlier. We hinted at this. Killer Mike dropped a new song called Humble Me. It briefly spoke about his arrest at the Grammys and what happened there and just being a nigga. Like, essentially is what the song was about, man. What'd you think about the Humble Me song by Killer Mike? And is he capitalizing off the momentum of being so hot right now?
Yeah, I mean I think making the song was a good move, especially now you coming off winning the BET award, which he did. He alluded to that arrest in that speech too.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about the last time he was in that building, which of course obviously was the Grammy shit. The charges were dropped too, if I'm not mistaken. So I guess you're free to talk about that shit. I guess you ain't got nothing to worry about. So I mean, why not, man? Like fuck it, speak on it. I know he felt the way. They probably tried to rob him of his night. His high turned into a low very quickly. She probably annoyed the fuck out of him. And so, I mean, hey, speak on that shit. The song was cool. I probably don't see myself running it back that many times, to be honest, but it was a cool song and he was doing his thing. I'm looking forward to Mike dropping this next body of work that he said he kind of had been working on or whatnot. I mean, not recently, but I think he said that he had worked on a lot of records and he had enough to do more than just one project. And it was all about how this one would do. And I'm seeing the success of this, much like Bad Boys 3. When they named that Forever, they probably didn't know that they were going to do a fourth one. But when the receipts came in, they were like, oh, green light for the fourth one. And then now we got the green light for Friday. And so I think it's the same thing, man. He's gotten a lot of pub and positive press, accolades, the whole nine from this Michael. So I cannot see a world where there's not a follow-up to this relatively soon. Focus on that, man, and just, drop hot music, bro.
Yeah, I like the song. Humble Me was cool. I would run it back because I'm a Killer Mike fan, and this album made me even more of a Killer Mike fan. It was more about his politics, his speaking before this Michael album, but this album came out as easily one of my favorite albums over the last decade. I was excited about this song for what you said. I didn't know that he said he had other stuff that he had been working on, but I do not want him to fall silent. I want him to continue on this success. This is probably as hot as he's been as a rapper. I know he came out with the verse early with Outkast, nominated for a Grammy, won it. I realized that, but from an individual standpoint and the music that he makes, even with the Run the Jewels shit, I feel like this has resonated more with me. And I want him to continue on that pace, staying in that lane. He can keep doing Run the Jewels or the other stuff that he does, but I would love, like you said, for him to double up on that Michael 2, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But please give us more. Please don't make us wait 2, 3, 4 years for you to put another project out, because I think he's hit that sweet spot. And I love that he mentions it in this song. He mentioned it in that speech. He mentioned it in the Grammy speech. He's like, you're never too old, bro. Like, they told me to stop rapping and they told me to lean into the political shit and I couldn't do this no more. And I came and won Album of the Year at the BET Awards and won a Grammy. So yeah, like I'm fucking what Killer Mike got going on right now. I hope he does not fall silent.
Absolutely, man. Listen, it's wins and losses time. First W or L. Y'all know the Symphony does their rap thing. We're here in Atlanta. For people who don't know, the Symphony has a rap concert about once a year for the last 3 or 4 years. Jeezy, T.I., Rick Ross. Now we have a new performer. It's Gucci Mane. Is this a W or L for the Gucci Mane Symphony?
It is a W until you pull up and try to purchase tickets. Like, it would be fun to hear some of Gucci, like, and Zaytoven, like, beats with the Symphony shit. That would be fun. But I think to get in the door, AB was 600.
No, it was 300 to get in the door.
300 to get in the door. Okay.
850 for good seats.
Yeah, see, $850 for Gucci Man tickets. But I guess it's the economy right now too. Everything high.
True. That's true.
So that may be part of it too, but I wasn't expecting that price tag for these tickets.
Listen, 300 to get in the door is nasty.
That is disgusting.
That's nasty work. The floor 300? No, bro. And I've been to all of those. I tried to make all of these.
That Ross one number like 150.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Good seats too.
Yeah,
we were in the orchestra seats, dude. Like Ross, T.I., Jeezy, all three of those were fire. I even went to the Nelly one in Nashville.
Yeah.
Me and my wife tried to make these. We're not big Gucci fans though, but for the right price, I would have went.
Yeah,
bro, $850 for the good. No, bro, no, nigga, for what? Your lemonade? No.
Do you think that lemonade definitely going to be like? Do you think it'll like perform well? Do you think it'll be sold out? Because those events usually pack.
The events be dunked. T.I. had 2 nights, so his was, you know what I mean? He had to add an extra night. I think this will eventually sell out because the venue's not huge. The symphony's not like, we're not at State Farm.
Facts.
I think it'll sell out, but those tickets, they gonna scare a whole lot of people away though. And he's giving a cash prize for the freshest male and female there for anybody interested that wants to pull out their Sunday best.
That's fire.
But yeah, no, that ain't it though.
I wonder how they gonna judge that.
Right. Who judging that?
Yeah.
Obviously, it would be me if I was there, but I'm saying, what would he base that off of?
I saw you with the 3-piece suit on
hey,
last time you went, man.
Listen, that was cute.
That was all right right there. You was ugly still, but that was all right. Let me ask you this. Is there somebody that you want to see?
Man, we say this. Listen, we say this every time. There needs to be an Outcast at the Symphony.
Oh, yeah, of course.
If we're in Atlanta, that makes the most sense.
Of course.
That
Aquemini.
Bro, that Aquemini in that motherfucker? Now, though, if those tickets were smacking, then I would understand. There's 2 people.
They supposed to be that though.
That's supposed to be.
You're not expecting
high.
to come in there for less than $300-400.
That's one thing.
Yeah.
Respect to Gucci, but come on, bro. No.
What about Saha?
I've seen Saha live before. I've seen him live,
I have too. I went to the Buckhead. Was
we there?
Yeah, I think it was the same show.
Yeah, he had like a mink on.
Yeah, with the ice and shit.
Yeah,
he had a lot of ice on. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I think that was like some BT hit award. Like,
yeah, I can't remember what it was, but I definitely remember he did a good. It was a good show too.
It was, but the answer is no. Still, even though No Dope on Sundays was taken off Apple Music, I don't know what that's about.
I don't believe that.
Yeah, it ain't on anymore.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm hurt.
Yeah, I'm hot about that.
I'm gonna look that up. Hope you lying and everything.
I'm hoping they put it back, but it's gone. Yeah, that's some bullshit. Next up, man, WRL. A fan walks up on TikTok, walks up to Gunna at the red carpet, calls him a rat at the BET Awards.
This is a L. This content shit, this prank shit, this walking up to niggas with camera shit, I would never get used to it. I know it's not my generation. I know what these kids and young niggas and TikTokers are doing. I get it. For content, whatever, content over everything, COE, but fuck that. This is whack. I don't care that much, bro, if Gunna snitched or not. It does not fucking matter to me. I do not care. And you are not a real nigga because you walked up to Gunna and you was like, oh, you're a snitch. You can't be in this shit. Shut up, bro.
And backpedal at high speed.
It was a girl ran him off. Whatever chick was with him, she ran that nigga off. So like bro, I really wish that nigga had one of them Jason Bourne ass niggas with him and had knocked all your fucking teeth out your mouth, bro. Like, I don't care that Gunna's a rat, bro. Why do you care this much, nigga? Like, get out of here. This shit was lame as hell.
Yeah, that shit was corny. It's not the flex that you think it is.
Not at all.
Gunna didn't move. He wasn't moved at all. He was just
okay. Gunna's like, okay, bro, whatever. Go back to your poor ass life, nigga.
Nigga to the drive by yelling, bro. Like that was disgusting.
That was whack.
And it was corny. And the clout era is some of the worst shit.
Disgusting. It's disgusting.
Next up, man, last one. W or L. Your boy Big Shaq, Big Diesel, apologized to Drake for sharing a BBL Drizzy meme.
Cloud chase. This is whack. This is another L, nigga. I'm Shaq, nigga. You know, you know who I'm apologizing to if I'm Shaq, nigga? Nobody. I don't give a fuck if I hurt your feelings, nigga. I'm 7'4", 300 pounds, nigga. Do something. Yeah, this is whack. I'm sharing the memes. I'm laughing with everybody else on the internet. It's you too, bro. Like, what? We ain't friends. I don't know that Shaq and Drake are friends. Like, I ain't got to apologize to you, nigga. I wonder what sparked the apology, though. I didn't get to see that.
Yeah,
I ain't see like
I
what
don't know.
sparked it. Yeah, but he definitely came out and apologized to him. Did you see also too? Shaq came out with unreleased song that he had with Hove and Nas
And
from
Nas.
'96. Did you listen to that?
Yeah. Yeah. I ain't listened to it though.
I ain't listened to it either. I was interested in what was going on though.
Yeah, he dropped that his album You Can't Stop the Rain. It finally hit
The whole
streaming
album that came out.
not finally, but it hit streaming
Yeah,
sites over the weekend, and it included that song called No Love Lost. That's their first ever collab, Nas and Jay.
that's crazy. And he
Yeah,
got big on there. Shaq was for real deal like a wannabe rapper.
he's the most nah, he wasn't a wannabe. He's probably
That's
the most
true.
successful rapper athlete.
That's true. That is true.
Easy. I think he won a Grammy. Did he win a Grammy? Or no, he went platinum. That's what
He
it
did
was.
go platinum. Phil's my real
Yeah.
dad, nigga. That was my shit.
Biological didn't bother, nigga.
My biological didn't bother. I used to bang it, boy.
Nah, he was ripping it.
Phil's my real dad. Yeah, he was ripping that, man. And he got a song with Big on that. Like I don't know if I just said it or not, but yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna check that Shaq out.
I'm not. Let me know how that go. Don't nobody want to hear that shit. The fuck? You know, You Can't Stop the Rain was banging though. That's
It
what
was. It was, man.
let's go to On Deck of the Week. We're going to YouTube. Shout out to Deo Les. He said, AB, I hope that OVO check is good, bro. Ain't no checks, man. I'm just keeping it a
He
buck.
know. Yeah, he knows.
Just keeping it a buck.
He know you compromise. You compromised, man. That's what you are.
Shout out to Old Dog 93. Said, I know AB was watching a pop-out show with his fist clenched like that author meme. I wasn't. I was relaxed. Wasn't nothing to see there. Pretty slow, actually. Pretty boring.
Nah, it was an epic night in hip hop history.
Let me see. Oh, here's a good one. Public Enemy B said, I think Future or T.I. could do a pop-out type show for Atlanta. Bun B has done it for the Houston, Texas area many times. And then not sure for the Midwest, maybe Kanye.
Yeah, but nobody fucking with Kanye.
Yeah,
The Bun B in Texas one would be very interesting to see.
He's done similar. Apparently, he does them at like a rodeo type joint. And so
That's
he kind of
fine.
has an annual. I think Drake might have came out this year. I don't know.
That's fine.
Don't quote me on that. Last but not least, shout out Rise Sparkle Joy. Said AB cannot be serious. A man's pride through and through. If there was ever a hater, your man's definitely just watched his funeral. Drake can still be great, even though he got bodied by Kendrick. Just admit it. Never.
Great comments this week, man. Great comments. Y'all guys.
Slow comment section this week, guys.
Wonderful comments this week.
I don't know what's going on, man. I don't know what y'all was watching. I must have watched a different pop out.
A different funeral.
What you got to put me on?
A couple of things for the podcast listeners out there, man. Of course, a lot of good TV in July. The Bears out, Mayor of Kingstown, The Boys, fucking Quiet Place. We just did a review on that. So if you're into all that good TV, man, go check out the Frames Per Second podcast. A lot of review, House of Dragons. So we've done a lot of TV reviewing. If you want to hear my takes on some of that TV stuff, go check out the Frames Per Second podcast. And also, I found another true crime podcast. If you're into the true crime shit, that was similar to the one that I told you to down in the bayou one a couple weeks ago. This one is called Drowning Creek. It's about the disappearance of his kid in 2005 in Georgia. This case has yet to be solved. So the police went to a podcaster and asked him to use his platform to try and help them solve the case. So it's very interesting. I'm on the first two stories. It happened if you in Georgia, you know, it happened in Gwinnett. A man walked out of he was 18 years old, walked out of a nightclub at about 1 a.m. one night, and nobody has seen him since over the last 15 years. And no one has been charged for the murder, even though someone admitted to it because they cannot find the body or murder weapon. Very interesting story. Yes.
Okay.
Crazy.
That's crazy, motherfucker. Mm-hmm. I've got a couple of pieces of content. I know we talked about a lot of releases over the weekend. Marsh Ambrosius came out this weekend too. Produced by Dr. Dre.
Yes.
Casablanca. I only listened to like the first two songs. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I wasn't feeling it, but
I cut that shit off. It was banging, but I cut it off. Yeah, it wouldn't. I'd say let me listen to this another time.
I was like, let me go back. This ain't what I was I don't know what I was expecting, but this ain't it.
That wasn't it. Yep.
But I fuck with Marsh Ambrosius too heavy not to respect the project and listen to it. And I wanted to see what Dre shit sound like in 2024, even though I'm skeptical. And a movie I watched over the weekend, I watched Blackberry. Have you watched the Blackberry movie? About the rise
About
and
the
fall
makers
of
of Blackberry?
Yeah,
What is that on?
It's on Hulu.
Yeah, I'll check that out.
It's dope. Like
fan.
Social Network or, that type of, like
I was
the
one of the last
founder.
niggas to switch over. Niggas was rocking iPhones. I still had that Blackberry holder strong. I had the touchscreen Blackberry. Nigga.
You were last of the Mohegans,
I was the last nigga left. I was swore I would never get no iPhone.
They talked about that too. It's a good movie. It's really funny. It's funnier than I expected, but it's still kind of cool to get the story though, man. So I would definitely suggest checking out. If you into like the Steve Jobs movie or the Social Networks, it ain't on Social Network level. That's like the go to that shit.
Right.
But it's in that same world, man. Check that out.
It's fictional, or is it a documentary?
No, it's a fictional. It's like Social Network.
Got it. So it is a movie. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's the story of it. But they add some sauce to make it funny and whatever.
Real quick, I didn't get to ask you while we're here. If y'all not movie buffs, y'all can cut it off now. What'd you think about Quiet Place?
I liked it. I did like it, but I can understand why somebody wouldn't though.
It was supreme mid. I was let down.
I can understand that, though.
I didn't hate it. It was like entertaining, but it was like supreme mid. I thought it would be better than that.
I can understand why somebody would say that.
Because
I ain't gonna lie. Out of me. It was definitely monsters come to this place. You got to run and go to the next place. Monsters come to that place. You got to run and go to the next place. Monsters come to that place. As I can see somebody being like, it's getting a little redundant. I can definitely understand that. But I was entertained. And I seen that motherfucking Dolby, and that shit was loud as fuck, nigga. So that shit was...
I was hot about that. I went to a regular one. I was like, did they cut it down so a nigga would start paying for the Dolby shit? Like, it was definitely not as loud as it should have been. And it was a lot of people in there, popcorn bags was crackling and shit. I was pissed. I was pissed. I usually, when I go to the movies, it's like in the middle of the day, so I'd be dolo, but this motherfucker was packed.
Yeah, that motherfucker was dump when I went.
That was packed. My biggest thing with it, I just didn't like the... if we're going to go to day one and they had built such a great world, I needed more context, like on the monsters, how they would fight. I thought it was going to be more tactical stuff. Like we were going to be able to see, like they found out they couldn't swim, or we're going to be able to see like some type of weapon that they tried to form and it didn't work against them. I wanted more of that type stuff versus just the rah-rah scary shit. But again, Lupita did her thing. She acted her ass off in it. And I wasn't mad at it.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. And this again, if y'all don't, if you want to see it, then you can cut the show off.
Yeah.
The thing I didn't like though is nigga, they showed the motherfuckers landing, eating everybody up, fucking everybody up. And she got knocked out
and woke up, and
when she woke up, everybody knew to be quiet. And I was like, wait a minute. I was like, wait a minute.
That was my biggest complaint when we broke it down on frames for a second. I was like, bro, how did everybody know to be quiet? How fucking long was she knocked out?
I was like, wait a minute. And then even her response though, like he was like, shh, cool. I'd have been like, okay. But then once I see somebody I know, I'd have been like,
why we can't talk?
Hey, bro, why we can't? Thank you, dude. Like, you didn't want to say nothing. You knew not to say nothing at all. Not even whisper like, hey, bro, what the fuck going on? Like, you didn't want to do that. Like, that would have been realistic.
Facts.
Like, so that's the only part I would have liked to see how they figured out, because you can see she pieced together the water, she pieced together the when there's more noise. Like you could see her mind working when that shit happened. That was cool. But how did they landed 10 minutes ago? How everybody know they go off sound and can't see? Like that was annoying.
Yeah, facts. I said the same thing on Frames for a Second, man. Y'all go check that out. And this has been the On Deck TV show. We appreciate you guys joining us every week to break down hip hop from a Southern perspective. We out.
Holla.